welcome to the 6th episode of Twenny Quiztions. Now, those of you who are somehow not familiar with this, those who haven't checked it out yet, in this series, every 2 to 3 weeks, I do this quiz. Just a general mixed bag of just general knowledge and kind of questions that those of you out there might know. You're kind of niche. Sometimes there's relatively niche stuff in here. Every now and then to balance out some of the general knowledge questions that loads of you out there generally might, by majority, know. So let's crack on with it. Question 1. Which Game of Thrones actor portrayed the last engineer in Prometheus? Is this Rory McCann, Ian White, or Pedro Pascal? And well done to those who somehow guessed, or if you're a film and TV buff like I am, we're kind of on the same page. If you knew it was Ian White, you would be correct. Yeah. And if you can pick out the commonality, they're all Game of Thrones actors. In fact, that's actually the name of the question, Dobie. But yeah, Ian White was the first person to portray the mountain before the Icelandic strongman. I know it's not Jan Paul Sigmarsson. I can't remember his name, but that's the only name that comes to mind as like a closest kind of associative thing, because they were both strong men, both world's strongest man representing Iceland. Sigmarsson died really young in the mid to late 90s. I used to watch older World's Strongest Man reruns with my granddad when I visited him sometimes. That's how I know Jan Paul Sigmarsson. He died of some kind of congenital heart defect. Who portrayed artist J.M.W. Turner in the biographical film Turner? Was this Malcolm McDowell, Timothy Spall, or Ian McKellen? And this is a film I've yet to bring myself to be bothered to check out. It was, in fact, B. Timothy Spall. There was no real reason for the other choices, Malcolm McDowell. I think Ian McKellen played a proper real biographical person. Malcolm McDowell is mostly known for being Caligula in a TV series alongside John Gielgud and Helen Mirren, I think. He talks about how raunchy it is in the Conan O'Brien show. Australia, Nigeria, Egypt, and Lebanon all had the name of which currency in common? The punt, the Deutschmark, or the pound? And very well done to those of you who said C, the pound. Yeah, the Australian pound replaced by the Australian dollar in about 1960. Nigeria, I think probably it got replaced in the late 70s, maybe late 60s. I can't really remember. Egypt went through a few currencies, I think, but the latest one before the or did they still have the pound? They even have the Egyptian dinar or something, or lira, or they still have some kind of the pound. I'm not real, or some kind of shekel. Maybe they went back to using a shekel. I can't really remember. And Lebanese pound, I think, is still in circulation. I'll have to research that in my I'll have to research it. Punt is Irish before it got replaced by the euro, and Deutschmark is obviously Germany's currency before. Did that get replaced by the euro? I think it did. And ironically, they're the ones that had to bail Greece, as far as I'm concerned, the original European country, out of its financial crash. Maybe they still have the Deutschmark. I can't really remember. Anyway, enough waffling on. We're on to question 4. Who voiced the Star Beast in the Doctor Who episode of the same name? Was this Miriam Margolyes, Peter Serafinovich, or Andy Serkis? Now, I can't remember the name of the Star Beast, but it was Miriam Margolyes. And Peter Serafinovich I put in there because of probably my favourite 2-parter episode of the 12th Doctor era, to do with the Fisher King under the lake and something to do with ghosts. I can't remember the other name, which is embarrassing. But anyway, he was the voice of the Fisher King, the creature. I liked his design. He vaguely looked like something out of Pertwee's or McCoy's era. And Corey Taylor did the roaring sound effects for the creature, those of you who know your Doctor Who stuff. Andy Serkis I put in there because he's known for motion capture and voice and all that kind of stuff for creatures. What large predatory animals used to live in the Atlas Mountains until just before the start of the 20th century? Wolves, bears, or tigers? And bravo to those of you who answered B, bears. Yeah, bears. Yeah, bears. I think. Yeah, there were their own kind of subspecies of bears, but these are bears that used to live in around North and Southern Africa, so like South Africa, maybe Zimbabwe, and North Africa, up to Morocco, and I think they were mostly they were hunted to death. Alright. Indian musician Ravi Shankar was the father of which American musician? Chino Marino, Rashida Jones, or Nora Jones? And those of you out there who answered C, Nora Jones, you would be spot on. Rashida Jones I put in there because of the Jones thing, and also because she's the daughter of a musician as well, and composer, daughter of Quincy Jones. Chino Marino I just put in there because I'm on and off Deftones fan, which probably doesn't make me a fan technically. In the comic book series, Marvel 1 million, Ghost Rider's mode of transportation is what? A stone wheel, a mammoth, or an auroch? And well done to you comic book nerds out there who answered mammoth. Yeah, flaming mammoth, it looks pretty cool. Stone whale I put in there because of the whole Stone Age thing, and an auroch. There's like a... they weren't around in that, then technically, but I thought it'd be like a cool hell, associative with like kind of hell-looking, wreathed in flame, cow skull kind of thing. Aurochs are like a proto-cow. First bred, like between like Greenland, Canada, Lithuania, Russia, when they really started, when people started really branching out, tilling and pastoral farming and what have you. Who appeared as Vincent Gray in The Sixth Sense opening scene? Tom Hardy, Donnie Wahlberg, or Michael Greyeyes? And those of you who are like Bruce Willis, horror fans, M. Night Shyamalan fans, you would have answered Donnie Wahlberg, or maybe you wouldn't have, because I think quite a few people had a hard time recognising him. But yeah, he was the tortured psychic, Donnie Wahlberg, who had his claims kind of dismissed, essentially. He wasn't mentally ill, but he became mentally ill because no one understood the suffering that he went through seeing. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it somehow. Ghosts, like Cole, played by Haley Joel Osment. Yeah. Tom Hardy I put in there for no real reason. Same with Michael Greyeyes. If you don't know Michael Greyeyes, those of you who are somehow, or whatever, if you are True Detective fans, and if you've seen season 3, you recognise him as Woodard, the Vietnam veteran who's like a scapegoat in town, somewhere in I think it's Nebraska. It's supposed to be set in, and there's again spoilers. There's some missing kids in it. Those of you who haven't seen it, and he's constantly under attack by local kind of hick types who just want somebody to blame, such is life, as another persecuted man said in Australia, Ned Kelly. Yeah, Greyeyes, I think he's like, I can't remember which kind of Native American, if you prefer. I don't really like the name. I don't really like the term Native American. I think it's too it's subjective, broad, whatever. I don't know, it's a personal thing. But yeah, Indian, that's technically wrong too, but who knows? I mean, people identify what they want to identify as. But yeah, I put him in there because I like the name, and I liked his I actually really liked his character it's like a bias thing in True Detective season 3, taken out by Shia Ali. I think I'm butchering that pronunciation. It's a mouthful to say. Who is one of the main detectives, along with Stephen Dorff. Stephen Dorff's really good in it. He's known for mostly known for first appearance wise in the first Blade film as the vampire Deacon Frost, who kills Udo Kier's purebred vampire. again, spoilers, sorry. Yeah, it's because I like his name too, mainly. But yeah, Ali plays Wayne Hayes, who is also a Vietnam veteran, so he understands his suffering, but he has to put him down, wooded down in the end to make the whole shootout stop. And the waffling on is officially over for now, potentially. Alright, which of these is an unofficial yet documented language of Argentina? Is this French, German, or Welsh? And if you answered C, Welsh, you would be correct. Yeah, there's a community of Welsh people that have been in Argentina, in a part of Patagonia in Argentina, now affectionately known as, I say now, but yeah, known as Welsh Patagonia, and they've been there since Victorian times. And they probably don't speak very much English, which is kind of the bond of the community, but yeah, Welsh Patagonia in Argentina. Biggie Smalls' parents were born in which West Indian country? St. Kitts and Nevis, Jamaica, or Trinidad and Tobago? And well done to you, hip-hop history, or just music history people in general, who said B, Jamaica. You will be correct. St. Kitts and Nevis is where Spice Girl, Scary Spice, or Mel B, Melanie Brown's father, was from. And Trinidad and Tobago, I suppose now looking at it, I was subconsciously thinking of Nicki Minaj, who was from Trinidad originally. Which of these foods isn't actually French? Coq au vin, French toast, or profiteroles? And yeah, if you said French toast, you would be correct. I first kind of became aware of this when during one of my 2 trips to Disney World in Orlando. I loved French toast. I loved the prime breakfast food, along with the bacon rashers in maple syrup. Coq au vin is chicken and wine. Profiteroles, I'm pretty sure they're French. They're the choux. They're the whipped cream choux pastry balls with the chocolate on. I'm pretty sure they're French, unless they're like Belgian or something. But close enough. But French toast definitely isn't it? That's an American thing. Same with fortune cookies. I guess Chinese by association and family background and ethnic background, but all the same invented in a Chinese takeaway, takeout, whichever you prefer, out there. In I don't know, 1930s San Francisco or something. So pretty much as American as French toast. Keith Silverstein, known for his voice portrayal of Agent Hunk in the Resident Evil games, also voiced which Soul Calibur warrior? Zas Salamel, Algol or Cervantes de Leon? And if you're a Soul Calibur, Soul Series fan and Resident Evil fan, such as I am, if you said A, Zas Salamel, you would be correct. Algol is voiced by Jameson Price, who is known mostly now recently for voicing Paul Phoenix in the recent Tekken games, but also he did the English dub for Heihachi Mishima in Tekken Blood Vengeance, the anime film, and the English dub for him in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Cervantes de Leon was voiced by Patrick, is currently from Soul Calibur 5 to 6, voiced by Patrick Seitz, who is mostly known for voicing up until Mortal Kombat 1, that is, Scorpion. And also he voiced Jin in Blood Vengeance, which was, I think it was a weird choice. And Kyle Hebert, who voices Ryu in Street Fighter, voiced Jin's dad, Kazuya. Weird choices. I wasn't sure if I was keen on the English dub choices in that film. Anyway, right, another kind of a related question, sort of related question. There'll be another one after this. If it makes sense, it makes sense. If not, whatever. Waffling on like Jeremy Clarkson. Or Chris Tarrant. I like to think I'm more Jeremy Clarkson without the abrasiveness. Nicole Tompkins, best known for being the voice of Jill Valentine in the Resident Evil 3 remake, also appeared in which live-action horror series? American Horror Story, Fear Itself, or XX? I suppose Kiss Kiss. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't got the hype at all for the American Horror Story anthology, but I'm aware that she appeared in a few episodes via YouTube. But yeah, it's I kind of gave it away. If you guessed American Horror Story, you would be correct. Fear Itself is a kind of older horror anthology. There's some really good episodes. My favourites are Eater with what's her face out of The Invisible Man, and Offred from Handmaid's Tale. I'll try not to give it away because I like this series and I want you to like it too. But look up Fear Itself. It's got a really good theme song too. And XX is an anthology. Like an anthology? They're all stories, TV stories written by women. You have to be invested in them. Some of them are like, depending on your taste, they're a bit hit and miss. Right, here's another Doctor Who one. And which actor or actress from the series portrays the title character? God, I hope it sounds like portrays and not betrays. Portrays. Enunciations. Who plays Grace in the TV series of the same name? Jenna Coleman, John Sim, or Michelle Gomez? if you said B, John Sim, you would be bang on, to quote Rick Mayall in the Bombardier beer adverts. If you know, you know, as they say. Yeah, really, really good series. Those of you who have ITVX as an app, I'm not sure if you can get it internationally, actually. Maybe you can. You know, the power of the internet and apps nowadays. You probably can. Stream it through. Stream it through there. Internationally, those, you know. Or maybe you can find it on BBC America. You know, those of you if there's any Americans out there watching this episode, and I don't know the same applies with BBC, ITV, blah 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 blah. If they have like you have like equivalent kind of services in, you know, more foreign countries out there, for example. But anyway, yeah, Grace is a really good detective series based on a series of books which I've never read but I've seen in shops. Jenna Coleman is obviously in Doctor Who. Clara Oswald. John Sim is the Master, the Hal Saxon Master. But you know, Dr. Razor, if you know, you know. That's the phrase almost. And Michelle Gomez is Missy, the one straight after him. And they were I love their interactions. And even though I wasn't really keen on the last few final episodes of, well, the two penultimate episodes before Twice Upon a Time. But I liked them essentially teaming up in the you know, the 12th Doctor final Cybermen stories. I like the fact that he had a beard in that. It was almost like the other Masters. Which of these Street Fighters hasn't yet made an appearance in a subsequent game? Eagle, Birdie, or Mike? And if you know your Street Fighter lore or your classic arcade games fighting kind of lore, so on and so forth, if you said C, Mike, you would be correct. Now there's a bit of confusion or indecisiveness when it comes to Mike, because there's people out there that think Mike, and in, you know, the American version of the name, Balrog, who was originally M. Bison. I won't go into the whole diatribe about, you know, the Shadowloo Kings name swaps. Yeah, Mike Bison's based on Mike Tyson. Mike from fighting Street Fighter, the original Street Fighter game, might be. He hasn't returned in a game, if you count them as separate entities. Birdie has. Birdie is the black British punk, who's actually, fun fact, dressed more like the Japanese take on a British punk, with the weird kind of blade kind of razor-looking hair at the front, as opposed to the full mohawk. And Eagle, he hasn't appeared technically as like a canonical character in like a mainstream game, but he's appeared in the Game Boy Advance and PSP version of Street Fighter Alpha 3 or 03 if you prefer, if you're Japanese, or if you just prefer that name. Same with Yoon. For some reason, Yoon, I think, appeared in both those parts too, which kind of makes no sense continuity-wise, because I guess given the game's timeline, it'd be a bit too young. maybe. Alright, here's the aforementioned voice question, if you haven't tuned the frig out. Ashley Johnson, known for voicing Gwen Tennyson in Ben 10 Alien Force, and Greg Sipes, the voice of Kevin Levin in the same series, also voiced which of these pairs of Teen Titans characters? Terra and Beast Boy, Cyborg and Robin, or Brother Blood and Mammoth? And I loved both of these series, especially Teen Titans, childhood show. If those of you who guess, well, I guess, no, and I'll give you credit, audience, I'm sorry. If you knew it was Terra and Beast Boy, you would be correct. Yeah, and they end up being girlfriend and boyfriend as Gwen Tennyson and as Gwen and Kevin in the later Ben 10s. Cyborg and Robin are in there because they've kind of all been in Ben 10 actually, the whole Cartoon Network thing. Cyborg was voiced by Carey Payton, who would voice the half Tetramend in Ben 10 Alien Force, Manny Armstrong. Robin voiced by, what's his name now? Voiced by... Anyway, yeah, I can't remember his name right now, but he voiced TJ, the geeky friend of Ben's old bully, Cash. Brother Blood was voiced by John DiMaggio, who voices Wrath. Ragnarok is actually connected to Kevin, who was originally said to have killed his dad. I won't go into the whole retcon stuff and blah blah blah. Killed Kevin's plumber dad, if you know, you know, etc. Same with Agragor in Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, who is essentially of the same species as Kevin. And I won't waffle on about any other things he's done, but he's quite prominent in Ben 10 too. And Mammoth was voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. And fun fact about Kevin Michael Richardson, if you remember the thing I talked about with Tekken, is that with the English dubs and stuff, he was the English voice of Tekken's Heihachi Mishima in the Soul Calibur 2 as a PlayStation 2 exclusive character. And I think Kevin Michael Richards is known for doing a lot of voices, but yeah, Cartoon Network wise, he's voiced like some hybrid commanders and stuff like that. Dexter actor Desmond Harrington acted in which Nicholas Winding Refn film? The Neon Demon, Bronson, or Drive? And for you, those of you who are into kind of art house films, I think it can be described as art house films, but yeah, Refn, I'm not a massive fan, but I'm of a huge respect of him doing passion projects and stuff like that. I think Alex Garland's kind of like that. He wants to adapt something, and also because I was reading the TV tropes page of Men with Jessie Buckley and Rory Kinnear. Yeah, like experimental kind of sci-fi horror films, or films with a twist. I admire Garland's craft, along with Refn's craft. Really good but hard-going one by Refn that's probably quite obscure is Valhalla Rising, which is one of the many partially Danish production films starring what's his name now? Hannibal Lecter, anyway. Mads Mikkelsen, yeah, as a one-eyed Norseman captured by Christian. They're either supposed to be kind of ex-Vikings themselves, or they're Scotsmen, or both, given the timeline. It's quite vague. It's setting out to find a new Jerusalem, and it gets very weird. Right. Desmond Harrington is known for, if you're a Dexter fan like me, he's Detective Quinn, the Joey Quinn in Dexter, and in the latest one as well, which I haven't really seen much of. I kind of spoiled it for myself. I spoiled kind of one major thing, mainly with the Dasmalchian twins. Let's just leave it that way. The specimen in the sci-fi horror film Life is said to have wiped out all life on which planet? Jupiter, Mars, or Saturn? And if you said Mars, you would be correct. Andre the Giant's father was originally from which country? Bulgaria, Poland, or Russia? And if you said Bulgaria, well, you would be right, with the Slavic kind of name. I think it's Rusov. Yeah, Andre the Giant's father, Bulgarian. As I was saying, before I, digressed around myself. I picked kind of Slavic countries because it kind of does sound like a Polish Jewish name, which makes sense. But a lot of double off names tend to be from Bulgaria. Rusov or Rusmaninov or something like along those lines. Grew up. Yeah, Andre grew up as a farmhand on a family farm. Redundancy department moment there, if you know your TV tropes references. His big size made it so that he was tremendous help on his mum and dad's farm. And they lived. I can't really pronounce the name. It was a village just outside Paris. Just look up Andre the Giant if you feel motivated enough. And I suppose the Bulgarian in him, or the vaguely Jewish in him, explains the dark curly hair too, possibly. Alright, 20th and of course final question. Which of these gods was born twice? Was this Heimdall, Dionysius, or the Green Man? And if you guessed B, Dionysius, you will be correct. The Green Man is sort of an odd one out. He represents the cycle of like rebirth or going into hibernation, whichever way you want to look at it. Okay, when spring becomes autumn, and autumn becomes winter, and all of that kind of stuff. He's a English pagan myth that possibly spread out to other, like with Cernunnos, the horned god, from pretty much the interconnected mythologies of the, I guess technically Celtic mythologies, because Celtic is sort of a broad term. It's also kind of a Greek term as well. Keltoi. They had Celts in Greece, as well, in Spain, in Turkey. It's just basically tribes of people and belief systems that were kind of just not touched by either Christianity or Norse influence. The Green Men, I think, can be found in like churches in not just England but like in Ireland, of course, and also Italy, I think. Someone I knew on Reddit who's Italian has seen the same kind of stone mural thing with the face. Cernunnos, the horned god, is also a nature god. He branched out from English mythology, Danish mythology. Bizarrely enough, you'd think it was a proper Viking, but some of the Celtic pagan myths over there lingered on for a very good while. Germany, Ireland, of course, Netherlands, I think, as well. Some others. Heimdall is the son of 9 mothers. His father being, in most versions of the Norse myths, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, his father is Odin, the chief of Asgard. With the most of you know who Odin is. But details of how he was actually born. They're all sisters, his mothers, but the details how he was actually born are very vague. And Dionysius, he was born a demigod, but then him and his mother died, got turned to ashes, and Zeus kind of rebirthed him by stitching him into his foot. And that's all we have time for tonight. And ta for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode of Twenny Quiztions.